everyone, Christina here. Welcome to day 12 of the holiday card series for 2021. Before we get into today's card, I wanted to let you guys know of a really awesome deal. Some of you may have noticed that in some videos I'm using a glass grid mat. That is from Glassboard Studio, and they have an awesome discount code for you, which is 30% off. All you have to do is put in Christina30 at checkout, and you will get 30% off. And this discount code is valid until the end of the month. So go get yourself a nice glass mat. You can choose if it's magnetic or not, so you can kind of decide. I have both a white mat and a black mat. I kind of use both for different things. For watercoloring and needing to see like the true color of what I'm working with, I like to use the white one. But for the black one, I've started filming with it because it's a little bit easier on my camera, and it's a little bit easier for you guys to see what I'm doing when I'm working with white cardstock, which is most of the time. So I wanted to let you guys know about that discount code. Go ahead and take advantage of that. I do get a little bit of a kickback when you do that, but not much. I sacrifice a little bit of my percentage so you guys could get even more of a savings when you order. So make sure you take advantage of that. I really, really love mine. And you'll see it in today's video as well. Speaking of today's video, I'm going to make two cards for you guys today, both having essentially the same design, but I'm going to switch up a couple of things on each one. So it'll give you some different options. This particular card design would be perfect for multiples or duplicates if you want to make a lot of cards en masse to send to your family and friends for the holiday season. Let's get into it. I'm using two products for this card today that really work together well. I'm using the large Rejoice die set, which has the words and the kind of shadow layer as well, and then the Holiday Boho Circle Stencil. Both of these products are ones that I designed for Simon, and actually when I designed them and mocked them up digitally, I used them together. So this card design has been in the works for many, many months. So I first cut out two pieces of Schoolhouse red cardstock. They are cut to, 3 3/4 wide by 5 tall. And I thought I would make a portrait-sized card, but I decided because the word rejoice was quite long and I would have filled the entire width of the card, of the red cardstock if I turned it on its side, I decided to instead make it a landscape card. For this first one, I taped the stencil onto my cardstock and used Merlot ink and a blending brush to bring in this design. I particularly love these two colors together, the Schoolhouse red cardstock and the Merlot ink. I'm not sure what happened. I was sleeping on the Merlot ink for quite some time. It's been out for a long time, and I think I broke it out for the first time a couple months ago. I don't know why I hadn't, because it's the most beautiful deep red shade, and I've been using it a lot on my holiday cards this year. So I blended on the Merlot ink, just trying to get a pretty even coating of the ink over the stencil. And then when I peeled up the stencil and took a peek, it was perfect. I peeled up that stencil and I'm left with this awesome design that sort of shifted on the cardstock a little bit to the right. So I'm going to set this one aside and do another version, but instead of using the Merlot ink, I'm going to be using a Glitz glitter gel. So I'm taping the stencil down to another piece of Schoolhouse red cardstock in the same exact position. I haven't cleaned my stencil since I was using red ink. I thought it would be fine. So this is Glitz glitter gel from Simon Says Stamp. This is the color Cherry. They actually have a set of 6 different colors that are sold together in these little mini jars. So it's great if you want to try out a bunch of different colors. This cherry color matches the Schoolhouse red pretty spot on. So I'm going to get almost a tone-on-tone effect. There's going to be a little bit of a shadow from this gel that's on top. But more than anything, it's going to give me a really nice glitter shimmer across this cardstock. So I'm spreading it out as evenly as possible. And then once I have it on there, then I go over the entire stencil and scrape off any of that excess. And then I can put it right back into the jar. You want to make sure that you clean your stencil and your spatula or palette knife very, very soon after applying the glitter glitz gel, because it can really stick to everything. It's like a glue. It's pretty, pretty amazing. So it doesn't need too long to dry. These were drying probably about 15 minutes. And while they dried, or just that one dried, I worked with the Rejoice die set. I'm only going to be using the actual words, not the shadow layer today. So I'm using some wire cutters to take those apart. And then I cut out the word rejoice and out of two different colors of cardstock. This first one is some gold matte cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. It's a nice gold shade for all your holiday cards. I've actually used a ton of this so far this year. They sell it in packs that are 8.5 by 11. So you can do your slimline cards as well. So I have that in the matte gold. And I'm going to use this cardstock from Memory Box. This pack of paper is awesome. There are so many amazing shades, some that I've never quite seen in glitter papers before, so I thought I'd give it a try. There's a really nice kind of champagne gold shade here at the front of the pack, so I'm going to tear that out. This is the Majestic Hues set. I think they call their 6x6 pads Fairy Sugar Glitter Paper. So Simon Says Stamp has a lot of these in stock, a bunch of different color palettes. The Majestic one is the one that has all the different shades of gold and silver and navy, things like that. So I'm going to be using the Reverse Love, Peace, Joy sentiment strips from Simon Says Stamp. I thought it would be nice to have a secondary greeting right below the die cut word. So I cut out these two greetings that were on the same line. I just used a ruler, cut both out at the same time. And to make it look a little bit more finished, I took a black brush tip marker. This is the Le Plume brush tip marker from Marvy. And I just sort of painted the white edges of the cardstock. This makes it almost look like it was black cardstock with white writing on top. I put some foam adhesive behind my stenciled panel, and I adhered it to a white card base. This card base is made out of Nina Classic Crest Solar White 110-pound cardstock, and this is an A2 sized card. So it is 4 1/4 tall by 5.5 wide. When it came to adhering these greetings onto the cards, I decided to put the matte finish one on top of the glitter panel, and then I'm going to put the glitter word on top of the blended panel. Now, when I adhered this one on this first panel, it has the glitter glitz gel on it, I made sure to use pretty big dabs of glue because I knew that in some areas it would need to go all the way down to the cardstock, underneath the glitter. So it would need to extend that space. So I put some honeybee glue on there using my tweezers, and I just adhered it down. And I held it down with my fingertips for a little bit of time, and then I put an acrylic block on it when it needed to dry. I put 2 dabs of glue right above the J and the letter I, and then put the dots on those as well. I did the same exact thing for the other card, but because it was being adhered to a very flat surface as opposed to that bumpy surface of the glitter on the other card, I applied a little bit less glue. I didn't want it to squidge out from underneath the die cut as I adhere it to the card. And like I did for the first card, I used my glue and just put little dabs of glue right above the J and I, and then I was able to place the dots right above those letters. You could definitely leave the card like this if you'd like. I wanted to have those secondary greetings, so I used some very narrow foam tape from Derice on the back of these greetings and adhered them right below the die cut. And that is the finished card design. This is actually one that you could make over and over again and duplicate pretty easily, I think. And the colors are pretty classic, just red and gold, white and black. I can't decide which one I like more, the really shimmery one with the glitter glitz gel or the more just flat one with like the ink blended color, which has a little bit of more of a dramatic color difference between the two reds. So let me know down in the comments which one you prefer. And I also have a holiday question for you guys. I want to know your holiday gift unwrapping traditions. I know a lot of people like to unwrap one gift on Christmas Eve, or some unwrap everything on Christmas Eve. Maybe you save some gifts to give to family and friends that you can't see till after the holidays. Let me know what your tradition is for unwrapping gifts. Generally, with my family as a kid, we unwrapped one on Christmas Eve. Not always, but most of the time we did. One on Christmas Eve, then the rest Christmas morning when Santa brought them to us. But more recently, we've just been saving everything for Christmas Day. So let me know down in the comments what you do. Thanks so much for joining me today. I will be back tomorrow with a really special video. I'm going to be sharing with you some cards I made for the Simus's Stamp YouTube channel, and that will be going up tomorrow. I was going to do it earlier this week, but time got ahead of me, so we're going to see it tomorrow. And then on Monday, I'll be back with day 13 of the holiday card series.